What about these conditional splits that we're seeing here?
Yeah, so to talk about what this means is, obviously we're talking a lot about email right now, but I think as many people probably know that we also have SMS as well that you can add to your Constant Contact account. And that's another channel which gives you an opportunity to connect with people and has a real amount of timeliness and exclusivity to it, right? Because somebody gets something on their phone and they look at it right away. And when you start to build some of these automations, you can then start to think about, okay, if somebody does something, the trigger, I can say like, oh, if I have their phone number and they're subscribed to my SMS list, do I want to send them an SMS text message versus sending them an email, right? And so then that helps you think about, we were talking to a customer the other day who was in the e-commerce space, who was telling us like, she loves to send the text message for the cart abandoned things because people are usually visiting her site on their phones, and then that she gets that text message and it's like quicker to just get them to the site, right? So they can make that purchase. And so it's starting to think through like, oh, are some things, if we have that information and they're opted in, and I think actually I just want to mention this opting in because like I see a lot of questions coming up again about like people like how much is too much, and then I saw somebody was asking a question about like somebody sending me emails and it doesn't have an unsubscribe. Your emails should and your text message should always have an unsubscribe.
Yes.
So make sure that, but also too is make sure people are actually signing up for these lists, right? Put them in control of doing that. Don't just be adding them to your list, because that's where you get yourself into trouble and people don't want to receive that information, right? So give them the opportunities to subscribe on themselves, so you're getting that implicitly or explicitly, whatever, explicitly is what I want to say, so that you have that, and then the people that you are sending to are going to be more likely looking forward to it versus being like, what's this, right? So something to think about there.
And ultimately, this comes down to what we call paths, and this is what your path can start to look like. I know earlier we had some questions from a few people of, well, if they don't do this or they do this, I don't want them to receive anymore. So you can use this conditional split type of thing in order to set something like that up, whether they made a purchase or clicked a link, or adding in that element of SMS so that you can communicate with them in the channels they prefer.